I would not be surprised. I mean, Chase is like it's really a monopoly with the banks, anyways. It's only a couple of them. Almost everybody got account.
Dude,
Let's talk about Yemen, especially, and I wanted to hopefully get to Egypt. I have the Google Maps screen up right here to give some context to where these countries are in the world. And
good, because my world geography sucks,
yeah, they
despite what
don't
I know
teach.
about history.
Yeah, they don't teach it properly. They separate geography from history, and they should teach them together. It's really retarded. But almost everybody sucks at geography because they don't teach it here in the states. So, anyways, you
We had it a
got
little bit in high school.
yeah, they teach you to remember the freaking capitals
Hey,
and
we know East Coast, West Coast, Yankee Rebel. I mean,
they have you draw this.
what more do we need to know as far as geography goes? Oh yeah,
I'm
and Big Brother Canada, or Little America Canada, and
I'm telling
the
you,
place where all of our janitors and cooks come from down south.
Like that.
almost everybody can that's from the United States can draw the shape of the United States with Florida and Texas on the bottom, and the edge, and then maybe up there with Canada. If you know,
No, it was world geography. It wasn't just United States, man.
I'm telling you what you're gonna remember because that's what they hammered in, and they barely talked about world geography, and then they left out the whole topography. Like when we draw in those maps with the states and the shapes of the states and shit, we don't know where the hell the mountains are. We don't know where the hell these rivers are. Like this is important to that. Like that should be taught together. Anyways, they teach it really messed up. That's why we don't know it. So Yemen right here is what we're gonna I want to focus on. And then like right below Yemen, you see Somalia. Okay. And now what does Yemen and Somalia have in common right now in the world? They're both like failed states. And then you have northern and southern Somalia too. They're broken up. And that's a long story. But what's important is right here. You see the Gulf of Aden. So all the ships come through here. This is a major corridor for shipping, and it's so important to global trade. And so you got Yemen is on the coast on the northern side of the Gulf, and then you got um, Somalia on the southern. And both of them are a mess, and it's like wars, it's like civil wars, and it's like the North versus the South, and all of this just mess going on, like ethnic cleansing, just really horrible stuff. Uh, no government, freaking. Well, you got government in Yemen, and it seems like they're the bad guys. But in Somalia, it's like they don't really have a centralized government at all. And then whenever you see pictures of like the starving kids and stuff, a lot of times
You
it's in
you
Somalia.
remember there was a whole bunch of you remember not too long ago, actually, I believe within the 2000s, if not the 90s, there was that little odd little problem with ethnic cleansing going on there.
Yes,
I believe Russia had a little hand in that too.
it's really complex. So the world stage, this is the world stage because of so much shipping. A lot of countries have, you know, they benefit from this basically. All right. So Yemen and Somalia should be rich as hell because these other countries should be paying them to come through here. And then you have Ethiopia is right here. They're not on the coast, but they're not far from the coast. So they're in the mix with this too, with Eritrea.
Eritrea.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know much about Djibouti. It be popping up, but I don't know much about that one.
My
So
homeboy
It's fun to
sent me
say.
a Yeah, now a partner of mine was stationed there in Djibouti. There's some beautiful women and whatever, but
I'm sure, bro. Like I see the pictures of like even the. Anyways, that's gonna get off track. Freaking. So, but these people are starving. They're going through it. You know. Uh, and there's a reason for this. And the point that I really want people to understand is that you know there's a reason why these countries have like civil wars going on. You have other countries around the world that's influencing the internal situations that happens here. It's kind of like Haiti, Ukraine, and others. So, but as a result, the people suffer here, and they're poor, and they shouldn't be. It's how the system extracts wealth from the regular folks. They don't feel like they don't deserve it.
yeah, or as if they couldn't manage their wealth, so that they got to come through there and do it for them.
Yeah. So I want to go to one of these little videos right quick, y'all. Educate the audience about the situation in that part of the world. Can I play this? I didn't get a chance to check all this stuff.
Humanitarian crisis isn't in Syria. The world's largest humanitarian crisis isn't in Syria. It's in Yemen. Thousands have been killed and millions have been displaced so far. The conflict has been going on for years, but it became especially violent in March 2015. That's when the Saudi-led coalition got involved. Now, the poorest country in the Arab region has become the violent playground for regional and international powers. So, how did it all start? After the Arab Spring toppled dictators across the Middle East, Yemenis wanted change too. Their president, Ali Abdullah Saleh, was forced to hand over power to this guy, his deputy Mansour Hadi, in November 2011. But the political transition to Hadi failed. There was massive unemployment, food insecurity, suicide bombings, and a separatist movement in the south. All that ended up sparking the war. On the one side, you had the Houthis, a political Shia rebel group, and people loyal to former President Saleh. On the other side, you had forces loyal to the new Hadi government. In 2014, Houthi forces took over Yemen's capital, Sana'a. Early the next year, the Houthis and Saleh loyalists tried to take control of the entire country, forcing Hadi to flee to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia considered the Houthi actions an immediate threat and feared this could be an opportunity for Iran to gain a foothold on their border. Saudi Arabia accuses Iran of backing the rebels, but Tehran denies any involvement. So Saudi Arabia started an alliance and began a military campaign. It's had a devastating impact, with more than 10,000 people killed since February 2014, and forcing more than 3 million people to flee their homes. Several other countries are supporting this alliance with weapons, intelligence, or logistics. Qatar was expelled from that coalition June 2017. The Saudi-led coalition wants to restore Hadi's government, but it's been unable to take back the north of the country, including its capital Sana'a. Meanwhile, fighters from al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula and affiliates of ISIL have taken advantage of the chaos. They seized parts of the south and stepped up their attacks in government-controlled Aden. As in every war, civilians are bearing the brunt of this one. The destruction of infrastructure and restrictions on food and fuel imports means 17 million Yemenis will face famine unless they receive humanitarian help soon. But that's not all. One fear is that international aid isn't getting to those who need it the most, making a cholera outbreak all the more difficult to control. Saudi actions have exacerbated the outbreak, but it can't be blamed on airstrikes alone. The majority of the outbreaks are in Houthi-governed areas, where they've failed to manage the garbage and sewage that's filling the streets. And to make matters worse, 2/3 of Yemenis don't have access to clean water. So where does that leave us? Little ground has been gained, and several attempts to mediate the conflict have fallen apart. Since neither side shows any sign of giving up soon, Yemen is in a deadlock.
And I can't help but to think of Haiti when I hear this story. And then maybe this is what they want for Ukraine too. It's like a continual mess, you know? And they just continue to benefit from it, you know? Meanwhile, the status quo is still making all their money. She said something I wanted to I want to talk about the Houthis a little bit more to try to explain them. I have something on that. But hold on. The other countries that's involved. Look at all of these countries that are involved in this. And what benefits do they get from it? You know? And oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about because she said the Arab Spring, and then the people were like, they want to change. They want things to be different. Like these ships coming through here, can we get paid off of that? And can it go to the people? Stuff like that. And, so then all the people, all these countries come in there and just be like, no, 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 we can't have that. And I feel like I'm losing y'all.